We're going to be talking about our black cherry tomatoes and how we save them seeds for genetics. It's the 4th year that I've been growing these, and I just want you to get a really good look at them. We're going to harvest all of our tomatoes, and we're going to select our best tomatoes for our seed saving. Every year, as this bush becomes more acclimated to my environment, it's going to do better and better. Saving seeds for genetics. Heirloom black cherry tomatoes. We always want to wipe off our snips. These are alcohol wipes. We always want to do that. We still have some flowers on here, and what we do, we just tickle her a little bit. We're going to go ahead and remove this first bunch right here. Now you see the side that's not getting the light? The side that's getting the sun? The darker section, that's where the anthocyanins are. And as the UV rays from the sun hits them, they get darker and darker, and that's because of those anthocyanins in these black cherry tomatoes. As you see, we have a few that's cracking here, and that's probably from too much water or they've been on the vine a little too long. So we're going to go ahead and remove those as well. Those are not the best candidates for the seeds. But we come down to this bunch right here. I'm going to take that off as well. All of these that are not all the way ripe, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to take those inside and we're going to allow them to continue to ripen. We're going to be going back and we're going to select through them, and we're going to pick some of the best ones off of here. And that's our ultimate goal for the day. And even the ones that are not ripe all the way, you see how that still has the green on the bottom? We're going to take these in and we're going to paper bag them, and that's going to trap some of that ethylene gas, and that's going to allow that to finish ripening while on the inside. Even these little small ones, we're going to go ahead and take those off as well. There'll be some good salad tomatoes. That's a nice little bunch right here. Take this bunch off. Get this one here. And this is what we have so far with our black cherry tomatoes. So we're gonna go ahead and sit these over here for right now. And this is our little table here. We're gonna be doing some little cutting on the seeds. And you see right here, I got some that's already dried out. And I just wanted to let you see what they look like when they're dried out. But that's the black cherries that we've already dried. Here's what I really wanna show you. This is what she looked like when I first got her. That was the first year. So she's still putting off those kind of fruit. This is the difference in what they look like as the years go. When they're like this, they're still in the ripening stage. And these are some of my seeds that I'm fermenting right now. You see that white film on the top? That's Kahm yeast. It's common to hear people say mold, but it's actually a harmless wild yeast. That's what you want when you're fermenting your tomatoes. That's about 3 days in there. You see all of that stuff on the top there? The food source that you have in there is the placenta and the locular gel that comes from the tomato. And what we're going to do is we're going to winnow that out. And what do I mean by winnow it out? All of the good seeds are going to sink to the bottom, and all the bad stuff's going to winnow out. Take my water hose here. This is what we call wet winnowing. Know that it smells, and that's a good thing. But you see what happens? All the seeds are going to sink to the bottom. Those are your good viable seeds. I'm going to pour all that off. My main reasons for fermentation is to increase the viability of the seeds while reducing the pathogens that could potentially be carried over into the new growth season. You see how the seeds are just settled down at the bottom? And we're going to just keep doing that. I'll fill it up that one last time. And then we'll just take our strainer here and we just want to pour our seeds in. Those are our good seeds. Give me some wax paper. And then I come up here, flip it upside down. There it is. And we just want to spread them out a little bit. Even if you don't get them all spread out good, that's fine, because we can come back and when they dry, you can pop them apart. I'm gonna sit this up here for now. I usually do this inside, but I just wanted to show you guys what I was doing when I saved my seeds. And then after a couple of weeks, we'll let those dry and we'll come back and that's what they'll look like. And those are our black cherry tomato seeds. This is a ripe tomato here. So we're gonna go ahead and chop her up in several. See those seeds there? Come down and we slice it down the center to show those cavities. And then what I'll do is just take them over to my cup. We just squeeze that in the cup. Nothing real fancy, just squeeze it in the cup. We just squeeze that in the cup and they fall right out. Just squeeze it in the cup. And again, we're gonna let the rest of these ripen. I just wanted to show you guys how we go about this process. You see the difference in the way that flesh looks? So they're not quite ripe yet. And that's what they look like when ripe. Color is on the bottom. When they're like this, they're still in the ripening stage. This little one here, that's a ripe tomato. That's what they look like when they are all the way ripe. They'll get that color all the way around. They'll be dark on the shoulders and the color is on the bottom. We're gonna add just a little bit of water, not a whole lot, just a little bit of water. Very easy. Now, you see that? It's gonna create that yeast on the top and that's what you want. Don't be afraid of it because that's what it's gonna do. You wanna leave that in there about 3 to 4 days. So then we'll just take one of our mesh bags and this is the final step that we're gonna do in saving our seeds for genetics. We'll put this over our cup. And this is to keep any insects or gnats from getting inside of it. And we'll just lock that in. And these are fruit net bags. So now for the rest of our tomatoes, we're gonna go ahead and put these in the paper bag. And what's gonna happen is the ethylene gas that the tomatoes give off, they're gonna get trapped in that bag and that triggers the ripening process. As long as that tomato is blushing, which is the breaker stage, it changes no flavor profile whatsoever. Everything that the tomato needs is already in the tomato. In 3 to 7 days, these should be ready to start fermenting. And we should have seeds for the next season. Growing out the box.